All right, recording, and we are live. So we skipped a lesson, fifth graders. We're going to go into lesson 4. We can because what I felt was lesson 3 was moving into adding and subtracting using models when we haven't even done adding mixed numbers yet. So I'm going to go, I didn't quite agree with the order in the book. We're going to switch it around a little bit. We're going to adding mixed numbers, which is lesson 4. If you're following along with me, you are on, oh, page fell out of my book. You found it for us? 261, thank you very much. All right. Thank you. All right, so our essential question of the day is, how can you add mixed numbers? Yes. Yes. All righty, so thank you to Danielle for sending in a beautiful Thanksgiving Bitmoji. Yes, I got yours. I'll use it on the next one. So, in lieu of Thanksgiving coming up, Thanksgiving, if you are helping out with some of the cooking for Thanksgiving, you know that there are lots of fractions and mixed numbers in recipes, especially when you're tweaking the recipes and you're trying to make enough servings for the amount of guests that you have. Sometimes you have to add certain amounts, right? Certain measurements. So in this case, I remember talking to you guys all about cranberry sauce and how I love cranberry sauce. And yes, I like that good old jelly one that takes the shape of the can that it comes in. But I figured, why not check out a true cranberry sauce recipe for a large crowd? So this would be for, right, this would be for a large crowd of cranberry sauce lovers like myself. Danielle is hosting Thanksgiving dinner for her family. She is making homemade cranberry sauce, my favorite, to pair with her turkey. Her recipe calls for 5½ cups of fresh cranberries and 1 1/3 cup of sugar. How many cups of ingredients will she mix before adding water? So water is the final ingredient, but how about all of the non-water ingredients? What operation are we going to use?
Addition.
Addition. What gives you a clue that we're going to be adding?
How many
cups?
How many cups, right? So it was pretty simple to see that we're going to have to add these ingredients together because we're finding a total amount. So I'm going to stop sharing because I want to move straight into showing you the steps. That's Microsoft Word.
This from what I can tell already, this looks easy.
Don't worry about it. All right, so what were the measurements? We had 5½
And 1 1/3.
5½ cups of cranberries, which on their own don't taste so good, which is why you need the 1 1/3 of sugar. Turkey.
Turkey, bro.
That's the actual cranberry sauce, and we are adding. All right. We'll talk about the turkey bird later. All right. Moving on. So we have our 2 measurements, our 2 mixed numbers. We're going to follow very similar steps to when we added our proper fractions. We have 5½ plus 1 1/3. What do we always look at when we are adding fractions? Jordan?
Denominator.
Exactly. We look at the denominator and we have to find a common denominator, like Jordan said. So I know that my 5 and my 1 are not going to change. My eyes immediately go to my fractions. 1/2 plus 1/3. I'm going to move over my 5, my whole numbers, my 5 and my 1, because I'm not doing anything with them. I can add 5 and 1, right? I'm not changing that, right? Does everybody agree?
Yeah.
My whole numbers are going to stay the same. I'm not, but as Jordan pointed out, if I look at my fractions, I have 2 different denominators. So I'm going to have to find a common denominator. I'm going to circle my denominators just like I did when I did proper fractions. And I'm going to have to do the same exact steps that I did in our last chapter. What am I going to have to do, Chris?
We're going to have to find the common denominator, and in this case, the common denominator is 6.
Right, so finding the common denominator, do I start with the 2 or the 3?
The 3.
The 3.
All right, let's go. 3, 6.
Stop.
All right, so 6 will be my LCD.
I already know the answer to the question.
How do I get from 3 to 6?
Times 2.
Times 2.
Times 2.
I said times 2.
I said times 2 too.
Times 2.
You guys, some of you said 2 also. I heard it.
Yeah, I know.
What do I do? Denominator?
Times 2.
Times 2, everybody?
2, 6.
All right. How do I get from 2 to 6?
Times 3.
What am I doing?
1 times 3
Equals 3.
Whoa, who said 2?
Equals 3.
Yeah.
I heard that. All right. Now we have 2. We have new numbers that we can actually work with. I don't know about you. This kind of looks like a mess. So I'm going to, well, not yet. I'm going to rewrite everything. So here's my new problem. 5 and 3/6 plus 1 and 2/6. Now I can work with this because I have a common denominator. Yes? All right.
Yep.
Yes.
First thing I do, let me add my whole numbers. 5 plus 1 is
6.
add my fractions. What do I write first with my fractions?
5. Denominator. Your denominator.
Some of you said it, the denominator. And now add my numerators.
Which is 2 and 3 and equals 5.
And 5, 6. What do I always have to check? Chris?
If it's in simplest form. It's in simplest form.
It's in simplest form.
Yes.
Simplest form, is it?
Yes.
Yes, 5 is only 1 away from 6, so we know we can't reduce that fraction any further. So 6 and 5/6 is our final answer. So let's help Danielle out. How many cups of ingredients will she be needing of that cranberry?
5, 6 cups.
6 and 5, 6 cups. Yes.
That's a lot of cups. That is a lot of cups.
Of cranberries and sugar.
Yeah. That's a lot.
Yeah, you don't touch the whole number. Yeah, you don't touch the whole number. You only simplify fractions. What was that? Well, yeah, I touched it too. Okay. All right, let's try another one. Get your textbook open. Like I said, we are on page. Oh, they did it again. They did it again. They did half the work for the first 2. We're on page 260.
Oh my.
I knew it.
Well,
I
you
couldn't
can
hear
tell
the
it.
first time, so I looked in the table of contents.
All right, let's look at number 3. Number 3. You guys have your textbook. Start setting it up in your notebooks. Start setting up number 3 in your notebooks. Line up your numbers vertically. Notice in your textbook, it's lined up horizontally. You want to line it up vertically. So we've got 4 and 1 9. Everybody should be writing it. Zoomies and roomies. 4 and 1 9 and 1 and 1/3. Write it vertically, meaning up to down. And we are adding. Remember I told you.
Got the answer.
For now, we know it's all adding, but remember I told you, always be mindful of your operation. I've seen people do a lot of work and then do the wrong operation. That's just sad. Sad. All right. Let's
419.
change our numbers, shall we?
1
All right. 4 and the 1 get carried over. And now I need to look at my fraction, and I can only add it if we have a common denominator. Do we have a common denominator? Well, right now we don't. We're gonna have to find one. Common means they're right. We want them to have the same denominator. We don't. Let's find the common denominator. Does anybody have it?
9.
Oh.
9. You start with 9, and you know. Hopefully, you notice that 9 is the actual common denominator. So it's gonna be 9. Do I have anything to do with this 1 9?
No.
No.
I'm just gonna rewrite it. Rewrite, not rename. This one, 1/3, we have to rename.
Rename. Why is it so dead silent right now?
How do I rename it? How do I get from 3 to 9?
Times 3.
Due to your numerator.
Times 3.
3.
3.
New numbers. 4 and
5.
9.
Wait. Oh, wait.
1 and 3 9.
1 9.
5.
Add our whole numbers. 4 plus
5.
5.
bring down my denominator and add your numerators. 1 plus 3.
4.
All right, what's our final step? We have to check that our
Simplify.
in simplest form. Is it?
Yes.
Second form is the simplest form.
Yes.
Remember, you're not changing the whole number, right? You're only looking at the fraction, and it has to be that the numerator and denominator can be divided equally by the same number, right? Is there a number that goes into 4 and 9 with no remainders?
No.
All right, so it is, in fact, in simplest form. Whoop, whoop. All right, guys, let's try number 4. Start setting it up in your notebooks.
Okay.
I didn't set it up.
Number 4, 6. That's fine. 6 and 5 12s plus 4 and 5 8s. All right.
Oh, this one's easy.
Hopefully.
Oh, I already see
I
it.
know, I know that I'm keeping my whole numbers because I don't need to worry about having any kind of commonality there. A whole number can be added with a whole number, but the fractions have to have a like denominator. So I'm going to circle my denominators and see, are they the same? No. So I'm going to have to make them the same. Should I start with the 12 or the 8?
12.
12, let's start listing and you tell me when you find a common denominator. Common by listing the multiples. Ready? 12.
Stop.
Oh, 12.
No. Keep going.
Keep going.
24.
Stop.
12 is not in the 8 times table.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, 12 is not in the 8th time table.
So, a few people said stop. All right, how about from
I
12
said don't stop.
to 24?
Uh,
Times.
Times 2.
times 2.
You do to
You do to your
numerator.
numerator. Times 2 equals 10.
All right, same thing here. How do I get from 8 to 24?
Times
Times
3.
3.
Times 3, whatever I do to my denominator.
You do to your numerator. Times 3 equals 15.
15.
Mhm. 3,000.
Where do you see it? I'm going to show you. I'll show you. Take a seat. I'll show you. I'll show you. Don't worry. I'll show you. Pay attention. We're still going to add it the same way. Let me rewrite. 6 and 24 plus,
Ah, it's.
hold on.
I have it.
Got it.
It's easy.
Yeah, it really is. It's Leslie, I know
Boom.
Easy. It's
Oh.
Easy. Miss Les, let me explain.
Yeah, I know you guys see something wrong, right?
No,
Yeah, I
know
know, but we
I know
fixed
I know
it.
Okay, look up. Let's continue the steps the way they are, even if it looks a little Ready? 6 plus 4 is?
10.
Bring your denominator down.
Oh, wait. Whoops, not
It
that.
looks wonky. We're going to add the numerators. 10 plus 15 is
Open.
what?
25.
Now, you know how our last step is always to put our answer in simplest form. There's going to be one thing we need to check.
All right.
I look at my numerator, look at my denominator. I determined that my numerator is larger.
It's 11 and
Page
124.
It's 11, 124.
The answer is
Yes.
11 and 124.
You're gonna have to change
10
it.
to 11. Change the 10
Look.
to 11.
That's what I do. Are you with
Change the 10 to
Are you
11.
with me? 10 and 25 over 24 is the same as, stay with me, 10 plus 25 over 24. Staying with me? Yes? Then I have to do something with this because we've got a Johnny Bravo moment here. We need to make this into a mixed number. Who can remember what
Improper.
the steps are? Someone I haven't heard from, Lila? What are the steps for making an improper to a mixed number? Well,
Hey, the rest of Zoomies, do you guys know the answer too?
Lila?
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm holding it up, but it's a bit blurry.
11.
Yeah, wait, I'll look
Yeah.
it up.
Someone
It's so-
from Azumi? Who can remind me?
What?
Who can remind me how will I make this 25 out of 24 into
What
a
you
mixed
do
number?
is there you can get a 24 out
You
of
can get-
25.
So, you have to figure out how many times does 24 go into 25? And since you have the 10, you have to, and 24
Oh, you
goes into,
literally just ran over Sinjin.
Fifth graders, remember, all fractions are
Didn't speak. You can speak now.
25 is on top, it goes inside the house. 24 is on bottom, it goes outside. 24 goes into 25 one time. Keep your denominator, which was 24, and your remainder is what?
1.
1.
One.
Who was able to do that mentally?
Me.
All be able
It's
to
120. 11, 124.
Right, so if are you guys with me? If
Yes.
25 over 24 is equal to 1 and 1/24, don't forget that you had a 10 to start with. Again, remember, I'm drawing everything out. You may have seen it right away.
Definitely worth it.
Now we need to add what's 10 plus 1 over 1/24.
That was definitely
11.
7 and 1/24.
Guys, I like how we're just shouting it out, but like, this, like the classmates are like,
Did you guys get that?
We got that like from the beginning.
Yes, it was
Well,
It's actually quite easy.
basically the same thing we've been learning.
Yeah, especially with the thing that we've been doing with.
That's
so
really
it
what
looks
we've
like
been
a lot of
doing.
steps, but that's why we were practicing this week doing our mental math, right? Because hopefully right away when you saw the 25 over 24, you knew 24 goes into 25
Yes.
one time with the remainder of
Gonna
keep your denominator.
let's
So
go.
You don't have to do that. You just know.
So right where it says 10, 25, 24, knowing that it was 1 and 124,
Yeah,
immediately
that's
add it.
what I saw the first time. I was like, oh, it's 11, 20
You're on mute.
dollars.
What time did we go down? What did I say?
Oh.
25, right?
Hear Miss Les.
Guys, I like how we're yelling, but like Miss West is like drawing, so like she's not even hearing us. Maybe she is. I don't know.
Stop, Dominic. Is your computer on mute?
What? I'm not even like saying anything bad.
So we have time. It's 10:22. All right, guys, let's try another one.
Wait, when
Dude,
did we end?
I'm like I'm saying something bad.
I got here
Well,
like
I don't know. I didn't get enough inspired confidence from that last one. That let me find another one where you're gonna have. All right, let me see. I want to do another one that. No, 11. No, that's still not as. Let's try 10. Let's try number 10 really quickly, just because I feel like it will be pretty good for us to see this one. Number 10, 5 and 6, 7 plus 8 and 1, 7. So first thing, fifth graders. So I don't have to rewrite anything because if you look at it, the is already the same. So all I have to do is what, Zoe?
It's just a whole number.
It's literally. I already know the answer.
Miss Velez,
Yes,
can I
look,
say it?
look, fifth grader. If you looked at your denominator, you don't have to rewrite anything because the denominators are the same. You add 6 7 plus 1 7 equals 1. 5 plus 8 is what?
14.
14. Now.
Yep, Matea got it.
Oh, that's not 14 is. 13.
But like you would know already that.
All right, hold on. This is a lot of math. So we get 13 and 17.
ow, my stomach.
Hopefully right away, fifth graders.
Oh.
You see this?
Yeah.
That question was easy.
Yeah, guys.
All right. So hopefully you see that this is improper. 7 out of 7 is an improper way to write a fraction. So here's what I always do. Whenever I see any fraction that is out of itself, it's a 1. 1 out of 1 is 1. 2 out of 2 is 2. 3 out of 3 is 3. 4 out of, I'm sorry. 1 out of 1 is 1. 2 out of 2 is 1. 3 out of 3 is 1. 4 out of 4 is 1. 5 out of 5 is 1. 6, and so on and so forth. If the numerator and the denominator are the same, you have one whole. So this is 3 and 7 sevenths is one whole. So it's the same as 14. Because you have the 13 plus the one whole equals 14. Does everybody see that at home? You guys see that here? Yes? Okay. Now I'm going to skip because I want another one where you're going to have to change it again. Yes. Let's look at number 12. 12. I don't like when they write part of it for you. That's why. Number 12. 9 and 7 twelfths. Please write it out in your books. Plus 4 and 3 quarters? Well, fourths are just, you can call fourths quarters, right? When you quarter something, I know, I just bring my New York accent comes out when I say quarters. Sorry. Quarters. Yeah, I know. My New York accent came out. Quarters. All right.
What?
So I'm gonna look again to see if I could save some time. And I can't. I have two different denominators, so I'm gonna have to rename. Let's rename. Okay, yeah, let's keep, whoa. Break this. All right, let's keep our whole numbers. And we look at the 12 and the 4. Do you know the common denominator?
12.
12. Hopefully you can see these right away, your common denominator. But who can see it by now and you don't have to write out all of your multiples?
Got it.
All right, good. So 7 12s. If I'm going to 12s, I don't need to rename. I just need to rewrite. 4, well, fourths, we're going to change to 12s. How do I get from 4 to 12?
Times 3.
Times 3.
To my denominator, I do to my numerator. Times 3 is
9.
9. So here's
9.
my new numbers. 9 and 7 twelfths plus 4 and 9 twelfths. Well, let's add our whole numbers. 9 plus 4 is?
13.
13. Wait. Yes, 13. Okay. I thought you said 9 times.
7 twelfths plus 9 twelfths is how many twelfths?
16 12.
16 12.
So your answer is 14 and 4 12.
That's improper. I'm going to take the 16 12.
It's not just 14 4 12s.
How,
14
so what can I write for 16 12 instead of 16?
Yes, Jaden. Jaden got it. Nope.
Boy,
It equals
14 and 1.
How can I rewrite 16 12 as a mixed number?
14 and 1 12. 4 12s. It's 14 and
4
1.
12s.
Not
1/3. You have to simplify.
4 12. No, you're forgetting your steps.
Simplify. 1/3.
Not in here.
Oh my gosh.
What are the steps? You gotta look at the steps.
Simplify.
you have to check if it can simplify.
16 goes in the house. 12 goes outside the house. 16 over 12 is the same as 16 divided by 12. 12 goes into 16 how many times?
And
Once. What's your remainder?
4.
simplify.
4. Remainder 4 out of, you keep your denominator 12. So instead of 16 12ths, I have 4 and 4 12ths, but I cannot forget the 13 I started with. Oh, I'm sorry, 1 and 4 12ths. Thank you. Oh my gosh. All right, 1 and 4 12ths. My apologies. What do I have to do now?
Adio.
Add them. 13 plus 1 is 14. And 4 12. Simplify.
Yes, I got it right.
Yes.
Yay.
It's gonna be
14
And
1/3.
Yay! So a few more steps, but as long as you stick with it, it's nothing new. It's nothing new. You all know, right? You all know how to add whole numbers, yes?
Yes,
You all
we did.
know how to add fractions, yes? So
Yes,
you know how to add whole numbers and fractions. You also should know how to, by now, you also should know how to change an improper to a mixed number, yes? So I still haven't introduced any new skills. These are skills you know, but we are combining. And then you also you should remember how to simplify a fraction to the simplest form. So yes, this is a new lesson, but it has 4 old lessons in it. How to add whole numbers, how to add fractions, how to change improper to mixed, and how to simplify. All skills that you already learned. Yes, 5th grade? These are none of these are new skills. But you have to be patient with it because if you don't do all of the steps, that's when you make a careless error. Are you with me?
Dad.
You want to get started on the workbook pages and we can do a few together? So everyone at home, you're going to have, well, you have time anyways before we go out. All right, let's look at the workbook page. I gave you numbers 1 to 6. Are you guys with me at home? You can get started on it. Numbers 1 to 6, take your workbook out. I made it into a Google form also.
Okay.
All right. What was that? 10-4. All right, let's look at number 1, 7 2/3. We're going to try some of the homework ones.
Yes.
8 and 5, 6. Let's see how quickly we can work through this. First thing we look at, denominator, always. Because if they're the same denominator, I don't have any other steps to do I? All right, they're different. So I'm gonna have to rewrite 7 and
Wait, which group of forms is it? Is it the 1-2 or?
10-4.
Oh, I didn't get that one.
Double check. I'll
15.
but if not, work from the workbook and then you can transfer it after.
6.
All right. So 3 is 3. What is the least common denominator for 3 and 6?
6.
6.
6. Which means 5, 6 is not going to be renamed, but rewritten.
Wait, what is it? 10 what? 10-2?
4. Yeah, it's adding. How do I get from 3 to 6?
Times 2.
2 times 2.
Whatever I do to my denominator, times 2, we get.
4.
4.
If you have a notebook, you can write these down. Is not a notebook right there? All right, now let's add. 4 plus 5 is
9.
9, 6. So I already see alarm should be going off in your head that is not right. And 7 plus 8 is what?
15.
All right. This is very strange to me because I have an improper fraction. Who can do this mentally? 9, 6. What does 9, 6 change to?
1/3.
1.
Oh, you keep dividing. Remember, to change, it's numerator divided by denominator.
3, 6.
Where are you getting 3, 6? You're giving me a proper fraction. You're supposed to get a mixed number.
Yeah.
Look again. 9, 6,
Oh, wait.
same as 9
3, 6.
divided by 6. 6 goes into 9.
1 time.
9.
And a remainder of
3.
3.
out of,
6.
I told you it's 1/3.
it's not 1/3.
It's 1
1/3.
6.
And 1
1 and 1/2. 1/3 is not correct.
Oh, wait, you can.
Jaden, 6 divided by 3 is 2.
Oh, I'm dumb.
All right. We get 1 and 3, 6. Add them together. 15 plus 1 is 16.
6, 3, 6.
And 3, 6. But we know we can simplify that too.
1/2.
1/2.
You
16
guys
and
are
1/2.
getting the whole numbers and 1/2. All right, guys. I think it's time to go off to recess. So you have 5 more questions that go along with this lesson.
Wait, can you not close the Zoom so maybe we can do them?
Sure, I'll keep it open.
Yeah.
All right, bye, guys.